So we're at the Forest Supercharger. We're down here in Harrisburg County, and in the background you guys can see the huge mountain. We have a car wash right over there where you can go and wash your car. Then there's a gas station right here, and then right in the same parking lot of the gas station you have about 12 supercharge station. This supercharge station is giving me about 250 kilowatts an hour, which is the fastest charger you can find right now. We went over there to Wendy's. Right all the way to back there, we went to Wendy's and we got some snacks for the trip. And then all the way down there you can see weird abandoned house. This is Pennsylvania in March, and there's snow out there. You can see snow right there. There's lots of snow, which is just crazy. And then there's a train track right there. So the supercharge station is located right next to the train track. Everything seems to be fairly open in this part of Harris County. It's on the outskirts of Harris County. So there's a lot of people at the gas station. You can see a lot of folks driving around. I really like this area because you can see it's very spacious. Not a lot of houses. Has really nice view, epic views of the mountain, which is just awesome. So let's go back in the car and I'll show you guys where we're at for charging. So here we go. So right now we barely start charging. Probably like less than 50 minutes ago we already up to 193 miles, saying our trip total is 3 hours and 32 minutes before we charge again, which takes us into Buffalo. And if I go all the way to the bottom here, that's the total miles left for the trip, 341 miles, which is a total of 6 hours more left. We already did 4 hours on one charge basically, so we have 6 hours. So we do need to do one more supercharge in Buffalo, and it tells you right here on the map. Let me just sort of show you guys here how it works. So this is where we're at right now, and once we finish charging we'll have 320 miles, and then we'll be driving on this highway 15, US 15 I believe, which takes us all the way into US Interstate 99, and then 390, and then 20, which is right through Buffalo. And our next charging spot is Williamsville right here. And if you click on it or tap on it, it tells you this is where it's located. Has 8 stalls. This is another fast charger, 250 kilowatts an hour charging, which is pretty awesome. And then that's our final destination. So not a lot more to go. The red lines on the map is traffic. We're gonna be hitting, I think, the 403 in Toronto when we cross the border, and then they'll take us to either the 407 or 401 down to Curtis. So basically, once we get to Buffalo, it's basically a short trip to our destination. The longest bit of our trip is the next drive that we have, which is going to take us from Pennsylvania through border New York, Buffalo, Rochester, Buffalo, right here, and then we get into Toronto. So it should be an interesting drive. Right now it's 4:30. We should arrive in Buffalo in 3 hours, so by 7:30, 8 o'clock we should be in Buffalo to do our final charge, and then we'll see how long we have to be in customs, because we are moving. We have a lot of stuff back here in the car. It's packed to the brink. There's bear. I can't even see behind the car, so I'm using the cameras while driving, but it is packed like crazy. This is the beauty of having 68 cubic feet storage. All the seats came down and we're able to load a lot of stuff in there, including a 120-pound safe, which is just crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and finish our snack. We got it from Wendy's, some chicken nuggets and some stuff. We do have, let's see how long we have for charging. So right now it says 14 more minutes of charging time. We already have 239 miles on the battery, which is pretty good. We're gonna charge it fully all the way up to 100%. Once you charge it fully, that will give us 320 miles, which will eliminate any more stop on the road, which is really good. Just for reference, my battery was at 59 miles, and to go from 59 miles all the way to a full charge typically costs $12.96. Because you guys are using my referral code, I'm not paying for any of these miles, so I'll encourage you guys to keep using the referral code. With Tesla, you get miles free, and you get a lot of free stuff when you use the referral code. So you get some supercharged miles free. You can actually use the referral code after you make the purchase. I think it's valid until you accept delivery. So just before you collect the delivery of your vehicle, you can just email your Tesla advisor, and let them know that you want to use the referral code. Right away you get at 1,000 miles free, or if you're installing a solar panel, you get about $100 off the cost of a solar panel, which is really good. So I'll have my referral link in the description of the video. I'll also put it on the video title so you guys can see what the referral link or referral code is, and you can use that for when you're picking up your next Tesla. So I'm gonna go ahead. We're at 246 miles, 30 minutes left for supercharging. We've only been here less than 15, so in total we'll be here for 30 minutes. And in that time we were able to get some snack, use any potty break, and then we'll be hitting the road again for our good 3-hour drive. All right, so we'll see you while we're driving. Alright guys, so we're back on the road. It is 5:27. Be on the road for the last 25 minutes or so. We're heading towards our next stop, which is in Buffalo, and I want to show you guys the view here. So the sun is almost going down right now. The speed limit on this road is 65 miles an hour, and I am clocking in 65 miles an hour. You can see a truck just went by there. But look at the view that we're witnessing right now. This is just stunning. You have these huge mountain range here, and then you have the road that is dug between the mountain range, and it's really nice because these mountain range have the snow on it, so you can see like the white stuff on this snow there. But look at the actual mountains in front of us. I never knew Pennsylvania had so much mountains. We're still in Pennsylvania. You guys can see here on the map here, we're 61 miles to Rochester, Jamestown, which is a different state. That's in New York, and that is where we're going to, somewhere around there, we're going to stop to supercharge again for 25 minutes, and that will be our last stop on before we get to our final destination. I'm going to shoot some more videos here along the road. I really enjoy driving today. It is Wednesday around 5:30, and there's no traffic, as you guys can see. Barely any car on the road. It looks like more car going south. We're going up north. Obviously our borders is with Canada, so we're going north. But look at the mountain that's in front of us. This is massive. And what's unique about these mountains, there seem to be no houses, it's just intact. There's no construction, there's nothing that is tampered with these mountains. So they're just true, intact nature with the mountain, which is pretty cool. There isn't any stores or shop around here, which is very strange. I haven't seen any gas station since I got on this highway. So this highway is actually called 86 West, which runs through Pennsylvania. I'm guessing it also runs through all the way up to New York. So as you guys can see, other interesting thing is there's a lot of trucks on this highway. So every occasional you'll see like a car, but seems to be a lot of these huge trailers. It might be a trucking route, but it's very scenic. And then what's odd about this highway, there's one lane that goes, I guess, north, and then on the complete opposite side of the mountain, it's another lane that goes south. So it's isolated, the two lanes, north and south, are isolated by the valley between the mountain, which is very strange. I've never seen that before, but that's how it's set up. So we're gonna pass through a few more mountains up ahead, and then we'll see where that goes. So I don't plan on stopping anywhere in between. We already took care of all the bathroom breaks, so this is going to be a straight drive for about, I want to say we're gonna add up about 100 miles straight on this highway before we get into Rochester, Jamestown, New York. I would suggest not driving here in the winter. So we're in March right now of 2021, in case you guys are watching this video not at this moment. And this highway can be dangerous. It looks like it's very slippery. I can see stuff falling off the mountain here on the side because they probably blew up these mountains to put the road. And what's dangerous about this highway is you have to keep your eyes on the road all times, because the road has so many sharp turns, and you're going at 65 miles an hour on this road. You can easily run off the road if you don't have your eyes on the road. So that's the reason I could technically put the autopilot on, but I don't feel that comfortable to put on autopilot, so I'm manually driving because I want to control the speed and I want to control the turns. There's still snow on the banks of this road, which you can see over there. So the road is pretty clear, but I know it's in the winter when there's a lot of snow here. This could be a very dangerous road to drive on. Right now it's really nice because the temperature is warm outside, so it's not snowing. The weather's actually pretty good. It was sunny all day. We had no rain. Yesterday we had a lot of rain, but we had no rain. So today is the ideal day to drive, but this can be a dangerous road in really bad weather, like lots of rain or lots of snow. This can be a dangerous road, but for now we're enjoying the drive. It's very scenic, pretty unbelievable to think that there's this type of highway right in our backyards that we never explored. Now there is also a lot of hiking parks around here, so it might be a nice place to come and hike. We are crunched for time. We need to get to the border in Niagara Falls before our COVID results expire, and it expires in 3 days. So we're trying to rush to the border before it expires tomorrow. But if we had more time, we would stop on the banks here and take some photos, or fly a drone, or experience some trail. But right now, we really don't want to take that chance because we might get there too late and lose our COVID results. So we're gonna keep driving here. We're gonna keep the GoPro on so you guys can see some of the views, scenic views around this highway here, and then I'll turn back the vlog when I get closer to the supercharge station. the video right now. I want to get some more vlogs in before we lose light. It's almost 6 p.m. So it's been about an hour since we left the charging station in Harrisburg. Right now you guys can see we're still driving through, I think it's Pennsylvania still, heading towards Rochester. We have 29 miles before we hit New York, Rochester City. And the sun just set and we're losing light, but this is what our view is right now as we continue our trip. So we'll do a little more vlogging when we arrive at our charging station, because we have to check in with the Customs and Border app, which is called ArriveCan. So that's the app that Canada is using to check in travelers that's traveling into Canada. I know currently you can only visit Canada if you're going on a repatriation, but if you are U.S. Citizen visiting Canada, it's not allowed unless it's essential work or you have an exemption. One thing I find is the speed limit here is 70 miles an hour, so quite interesting that you can really get a nice drive here on the Tesla, because we're pushing it at 70 miles an hour through a really nice scenic road. Every once in a while you'll see a U-Haul truck come by. We see a lot of folks that are driving this route are folks that are moving, doing cross-country moving, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're doing a cross-country moving from Maryland all the way to Oshawa or Durham region in Canada, Ontario. So the total trip is 541 miles, which is about over 1,000 kilometers. I know you use kilometers in Canada. Every once in a while you'll see these little villages over there down below the mountain, which is quite interesting because you have the mountain top and then you have these pockets of civilization down at the bottom of the mountain top, and those areas I guess are like mining villages or places where they do a lot of construction and manufacturing of materials. But there's not a lot of big cities in this drive here. It's basically just a very scenic route. I haven't seen any hotels. It's like the first hotel I've seen. It's Hampton Inn. I have barely seen any gas station. There's actually maybe like rest stops every 100 miles or so, but I haven't seen any shops or roadside sort of activity on this route. It's just straight drive with really nothing on the shoulders that you can stop and explore. I wish there was a little bit more of like a attraction piece on the road where you can just stop and explore some areas, but to my knowledge on this drive I haven't seen anything or any sign that says, you know, there's upcoming attraction on this route. So I'm sure there is, but we haven't seen anything on this route so far. So we're gonna continue to do this drive. We're almost halfway completed, because the total trip should take us 9.5 hours, and so far we've completed almost 5 hours. So we're a little bit more than halfway completed on the route. But we're on the longest stretch, which will take us all the way to Buffalo. So once we get to Buffalo, the drive from Buffalo to Curtis is a pretty short drive, so we should be here in no time. So we should arrive at our final destination at around 10:30 p.m. if there's no delays in custom, because we do have a lot of our personal effects that we're taking back to Canada. So hopefully there's no delays on that, and there's no delays at the border, which there shouldn't be, because I assume there's not a lot of people traveling to Canada on a Wednesday in the middle of the week, with COVID still in place and quarantine measures still in place. But we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. Alright, so I'll turn the video back on once we arrive at our next charging station, which will be our final charging station. Total trip we've had 2 charging stops, and that is all that we've done so far. So looking forward to that. and I'll give you guys an update once I arrive here. Alright, so we're down to our very last stop. This is one of two. Well, this is the two of two. We already stopped in Harrisburg. This is our second stop to get charged. The last stop we stopped in Harrisburg, we charged 320 miles. And then we stopped here in Buffalo. And I think it's called Walden, Buffalo. Which is about 2 hours, and right here you can see 2 hours and 24 minutes from our destination. We already charged here at 220 kilobytes an hour. So we're already at 269 miles charge. I always find the last 20 miles or so takes the longest. So you see it says 25 minutes more to get the last 40 miles, which always takes the longest. Not sure why, but here we go. So we're gonna finish up this trip. We can actually leave right now instead of waiting till it gets to 300. We can leave right now and we'll arrive in our destination with 14% battery still left on the charge. So we want to play it safe, so we're gonna wait till it gets to 300, and that'll give us about 20% battery on the charge. So at this supercharge station here, I'll show you guys through the window. We're the only car here at this supercharge station. There's a few stores around. One thing that really upset me is that there's a Panera right there, and I try to get into the Panera and the Panera is closed. They actually close at 9, which is really frustrating because many people cross the border in Buffalo to Canada, and this is one of the fastest charging spot, and these guys over Panera, they close at 9. And if you want to get a good quality coffee while you're charging, you would think that they'll be open to serve the customers to get the coffee, but they're closed. And I was looking around to see if there's a Starbucks around here, but it's 0.4 miles away to get a Starbucks, so I'm not gonna detour ourselves to go get a Starbucks. We want to get across the border as fast as possible, so we're gonna rough it out with no coffee until we get into Canada. And when we're in Canada, we'll stop at a Tim Hortons and then grab some caffeine. But right now we're just gonna wait till we get to the 300 miles, and then we're gonna take off on our last leg of the trip. Alright, so we'll let the car charge, and if there's anything interesting along the way, we'll turn on the vlog so we can share with you guys. Alright guys, so we're down here in the Peace Bridge. So we're actually going to cross over here. This is the customs border area. You can see the Canadian flag. So we're going into one of the only booth that's open to drive through and clear customs, and we're gonna present our passport and all that stuff, and then we are on Canadian soil. And it'll be a 2-hour drive from here to our final destination. So from our last charging spot, it was just a 20 minutes drive, and then we got here on the Canadian custom area. Yes.